Folks, we've got a lot to catch up on the past few days, so no point in wasting any time on the dog. It's here. You see it. Paul Pelosi, the husband of Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi, was attacked in the couple's San Francisco area home late last week, and it's kind of hard to actually properly contextualize the seriousness, the weight of what took place, because in any normal reality, this is monumental. It's huge.
This is an assassination attempt.
Yeah, someone literally tried to assassinate one of the highest level politicians in the country, a woman who is literally second in line to the presidency. But if you watched any coverage over the past few days from certain outlets, you might be confused as to why this isn't being handled by the media with the gravity that it should be. Instead, we witnessed the creation and deployment of wild conspiracy theories on a massive scale, amplified by some of the most influential and therefore smartest people on the planet.
And richest. Yeah.
Yes.
And therefore smartest.
It all ties together, of course.
This also came at a time where the eyes of the world, governments, advertisers, regulators, and so on are all hyper-focused on what will become of the digital town square known as Twitter after the Elon Musk takeover. And it would be putting it very lightly to say that Elon Musk, well, he did not handle things very well. He did not give people they wanted a taste of things to come, and he shit in their mouths a little bit.
Yeah, and I mean, this is just one of the many things that has been posted by Musk. But yeah, as it relates to a very serious potential assassination attempt, he failed his first test as leader of the digital town square.
He's just asking questions. What's wrong with asking questions?
Yeah.
Sounds like you hate free speech. But anyway, we'll get to that in a minute. But first, let's bring you up to speed on this attack, the quick, effective, and salacious conspiracy theory about a gay lovers quarrel, which is total fucking bullshit. The ease at which that bullshit theory spread, the pathetic digital footprint left by the attacker, and how electric car salesman Elon Musk intentionally positioned himself right in the middle of all of it, unnecessarily. Just
everything he does is unnecessary.
Yeah, yet another unforced error from this man who is just full of unforced errors lately.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, there are countless updates as we go along because this entire ordeal was so chaotic, considering the level of government that we're dealing with here, not to mention the rate at which a wide net of potential conspiracy theories were cast. So we'll just start at the beginning and try our best to weave it all back together.
Yeah, we should obviously point out that Nancy Pelosi was not home. She was in Washington, D.C. at the time of the attack. Now, on Friday of last week, a 42-year-old man named David DePape broke into the Pelosi home through a set of glass doors at the back of the property while 82-year-old Paul Pelosi was asleep. So he entered Pelosi's bedroom, woke up Paul,
Sir.
And the intruder then demanded to know where Nancy Pelosi was, reportedly exclaiming, "Where's Nancy?" repeatedly. Paul told him that Nancy wasn't home, and DePape said that he would wait until she returned. You know, no problem, I'll just wait right here.
I'll just chill until she gets back. Like, no, you don't understand, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, so Paul then told the intruder that he needed to use the restroom, where he called the police and left the phone on while speaking with the intruder so that the 911 operator could hear him questioning the abnormal situation in the middle of the night and send officers for a wellness check. Officers arrived a short time later and witnessed the two fighting in the entryway. The pair were fighting over a hammer at the time, with DePape eventually getting control of the weapon and using it to strike Paul in the head before being subdued by the responding officers.
Yeah, he got him good.
Skull fracture.
He not good when the bone that holds your brain has some cracks in it.
Especially when you are 82 years old.
So Paul Pelosi was rushed to, we shit you not, the Zuckerberg General Hospital, where he underwent surgery to treat his fractured skull, as well as treatment for multiple injuries to his hands and arms. David DePape was obviously arrested and then charged with attempted kidnapping of a federal official in the performance of official duties and assaulting an immediate member of a federal official's family and inflicting a serious injury with a dangerous weapon. He also... Those were just the federal charges.
Yeah.
State charges were also filed against DePape, including 6 felonies for attempted murder, residential burglary, elder abuse, assault with a deadly weapon, false imprisonment of an elder, and threatening the family member of a public official. This was elder abuse. Usually when you think of elder abuse, you think of, nurses treating old people poorly at hospitals and whatnot, but hitting an old man with a hammer in the skull, also elder abuse.
Yeah.
Textbook.
So who is this... DePape, whatever, guy, and was this a targeted attack?
Well, he's a Democrat. Because he likes sun tanning his butthole. And only Democrats are into that. Don't look over there where
Don't look at anything else.
Don't look over there where Tucker Carlson is talking about how sunning your balls is the most masculine conservative thing you can do. This man was a nudist, and nudists can only be Democrats.
Update, Tucker Carlson has now changed his position on ball sunning because of this incident. He went on a minute-long tirade about how this dude was like totally Antifa and a leftist on Tuesday night's show.
Cool.
But anyways, who's this guy? Was this a targeted attack? I mean, he said, "Where's Nancy?" He could have been saying, "Where's Nancy Sinatra?"
That could have been one of those like gay lingo things.
True,
where, like,
yeah.
Are you a friend of Dorothy? And they're like, yeah, I'm a friend of Dorothy.
Yeah. And
Where's
like,
Nancy? Is like, where's the bathhouse?
Yes, exactly.
Could mean that.
Where's the poppers? You know,
Yeah.
anything. But yes, this was a targeted attack, obviously. The attacker asked for Nancy Pelosi specifically, but this also came to light once investigators started questioning DePape and also found his lengthy digital footprint, which consisted of just a laundry list of your standard right-wing posts.
Every single right-wing outrage cycle of the last like 2 to 3 years, he was keyed into every single one of them.
Yeah.
Mainlining.
A constant stream of right-wing posts, regurgitations, pop culture conspiracies, and other nonsensical culture war battles.
I don't know for a fact, but I bet this guy was really into the Snyder Cut.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He had a blog where he promoted things like QAnon, Pizzagate, Gamergate, Jordan Peterson, anti-Semitism, and pretty much any and every other right-wing hot-button issue that you could think of. This dude was a living, breathing example of someone being radicalized by the alt-right propagandists. He was someone who, like, yes, if you go further back in his history, like 10 years or something like that, it's like, oh yeah, he was registered to the Green Party. Well, I guess nothing has changed at all in any way, and people obviously cannot change either.
I love it's like, well, if you were like a San Francisco hippie at any point in your life, there's no way you could get poisoned. It's like fucking, like, all these fucking boomers who are at like Woodstock and shit are just like libertarians.
Also,
now. Come on.
How much proof do you need? Literally multiple episodes over the past 2 years of literal examples of people's like Facebook and Twitter timelines where they have gone from being somewhat normal, well-adjusted people to complete lunatic QAnon followers killing their families within months, not to mention years. So yes, okay. However, have you considered though, even for just a second, that this man made hemp jewelry?
Oh, she's a lib.
Because, I mean, that was just one of the many weird sticking points that the right-wing media decided to latch onto when talking about this attacker.
No conservative has ever worn hemp.
Clearly, this guy was Antifa. He made hemp jewelry. He also enjoyed being a nudist from time to time.
Nothing that any conservative would ever do unless you were tanning your balls, in which case, cool.
Yeah, definitely a manly thing.
Yeah. But yeah, the guy's digital footprint, which has been confirmed by DePape himself and his immediate family members as legit, provides all the evidence that you could possibly ask for regarding this guy's thoughts on politics or pretty much anything else. But what if, instead of all this evidence leading to a brain-broken individual attacking a politician's husband, it was just a misunderstanding between two secret gay lovers? Well, that's the conspiracy theory that's stuck to these right-wing readers and listeners, because right-wing conspiracy theorists are also typically fucking bigots who hate gay people.
So this was a win on both fronts for them. Like, oh, it's excusable, and it was just two gay guys getting into some weird gay shit and beating each other up.
Some of them were cool with gay people up until about 2 weeks ago when Herschel Walker's extremely gay son turned on his father, and now 100% homophobic. He was one of the good ones.
Yeah, it's I don't know how different on an extreme level it is, but this is literally like the cops handing a victim back to Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah.
Like, just a couple of gay guys. Well, nothing to see here.
Yep.
Like,
just getting up to some weird gay shit.
Yeah, that's why it worked really well in right-wing corners.
Yeah. So yeah, this was also immediately refuted from every angle, considering the mountains of evidence available from the blogs of the attacker and the literal questioning of the suspect afterwards by police.
Mm-hmm. Recorded. Audio recording.
No, I was not there for gay sex. I was there to kidnap
the House Speaker.
The Speaker of the House of the United States. But yeah, once the seeds are planted, the truth doesn't matter, and every fact that refutes the conspiracy only strengthens the resolve of those who believe it. There was a picture going around, it's like, conservative? Well, here's a picture of David DePape's house. So just some random fucking house with like a Black Lives Matter sticker on the window. And it's like, well, what's your source?
Okay.
I don't need a source. It's just, that's his house.
The one that Tucker brought up was like he at one point was, living on a communal school bus that had a Black Lives Matter flag in one of the windows.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So anyways, the conspiracy basically claimed that Paul Pelosi was drunk, believable, with a male prostitute that he picked up at a gay bar, which, hey, if nothing else, do whatever you want.
I mean, who cares? He has to live with Nancy Pelosi, who, while I don't think she should be murdered in her home,
yes,
I don't particularly like either.
So the theory's claims are reportedly backed up by two things. That one, Paul had a seemingly friendly conversation with the intruder while on the phone with emergency services, and that when police arrived, they found the intruder essentially naked aside from some tighty-whities.
So didn't you just say he was a nudist?
First off, the underwear thing isn't true.
Oh.
No, that was literal fake news. Second, Paul Pelosi just called 911 and conversed with the intruder to send alarm bells to the operator that something wasn't right and that a wellness check should be initiated.
It's called de-escalation.
If someone, picture right now, if someone was in your home where you live, holding you hostage, and you had your cell phone on you, what would you do?
Well, obviously I'd shoot him. Okay, but imagine if you didn't have a gun on you.
Or
I'd
they surprised you in the middle of the night and you didn't have your gun on you.
You would you take a slightly different tactic.
It's a completely natural human reaction and something that in a lot of cases people are trained to do.
This guy seems dangerous. He already broke into my home in the middle of the night. Maybe I shouldn't do anything to make him even more angry.
So as for where the conspiracy originated and spread from, it came from a local news site called the
local here.
Santa Monica Observer. But that's known for spreading right-wing conspiracies over the years and has garnered a very low credibility score from various fact-checking websites, with one major fact-checking website putting it lightly by saying, overall, we rate the Santa Monica Observer questionable based on the routine publication of false and misleading information and the use of poor sources.
Yeah, some of the examples they listed too are just like shit they pulled straight out of their ass. Like
and
literal fake news.
Also pulled straight out of QAnon conspiracy 8chan posts. Like a long list of every fucking Hillary conspiracy. Again, don't like Hillary, but there's some things that just aren't true. And this was a site that continuously...
I haven't looked into it too much, but like it is pretty wild because like I think this has just been like a local newsletter that's been going on for like decades, maybe.
It's like a former city council guy or something.
Yeah, it's just like some dude's little fucking side project and like even reporting on like where the local farmers market hours are going to be.
People are like
also,
5 Pinocchios.
It just goes from reporting the most mundane local news
Kogi Truck's going to be at the MTV building at 4 a.m. on Thursday.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So so it's not even as though they got some information correct and, hit it with a little conservative bias or attempted to explain things away. They were literally just spreading actual fake news and completely fabricated stories about what took place. But that didn't matter because for whatever reason, there always has to be two sides to the story, no matter how one side of the story is, fair and balanced.
Yeah, exactly. Facts on one side and, well, I guess there's nothing over here. We've got to create something in order to make it balanced. That seems to be the thinking.
Yeah. Luckily, these types of theories are quickly refuted and rarely make their way to mainstream news outlets. Even Fox News has limits on the levels of garbage that they'll regurgitate. They like to keep it subtle. Unfortunately for everyone else on Earth, Elon Musk not only owns the world's digital town square, he also saw this moment as an opportunity to show how fair and balanced his platform can be by literally amplifying the baseless conspiracy theory to tens of millions of people by tweeting a link to that fake news site, Santa Monica Observer, and essentially confirming that there was more to the story.
So, in typical recent Elon fashion, he deleted the tweet.
He canceled himself.
Yeah, he deleted the tweet on Sunday, well after the damage had already been done and the theory was spread to as many people as possible. People who will neither accept the truth once it's presented to them or seek out further confirmation of what they've been told. Nope. To a significant portion of the population, the story here begins and ends at a gay lover's quarrel. And they actually love that because not only does that mean that only gay people were hurt, but also it was the husband of someone they don't like politically. And look, we'll return to Elon Musk and Twitter because holy shit, it's been a weekend. But let's get back to rounding out the Pelosi story. No, there was no weird conspiracy here. It was a dude who had had his brain broken by the alt-right who had delusions about attacking Nancy Pelosi and sending a message to other government officials. How do we know this? He admitted.
Yeah. He spelled it all out. Typically, we wouldn't know so much about the investigation so quickly, but because of the massive spread of conspiracy theories, officials had to confirm what actually took place, and they released an affidavit which details the evidence that was found and gathered from conversations with DePape and his social media accounts. Here's CBS News. DePape intended to kidnap Nancy and possibly break her kneecaps, he said, according to court documents. He told San Francisco police after his arrest that if Nancy Pelosi were to tell DePape the truth, he would let her go. And if she lied, he was going to break her kneecaps so that she would have to be wheeled into Congress. The FBI affidavit filed in the federal case against DePape also said that the San Francisco police recovered zip ties in Pelosi's bedroom and in the hallway near the front door of the Pelosi residence. Law enforcement officers also searched DePape's backpack at the Pelosi residence and found, among other things, a roll of tape, white rope, one hammer, one pair of rubber and cloth gloves, and a journal, the affidavit said.
In addition to
wait, he wasn't even trying to assassinate her. What's the big deal? He just wanted
just a little kidnapping,
just wanted to break her kneecaps.
Yeah,
come on.
Some light. Well,
you
not
limbs
light.
are too soft.
Some assault, some kidnapping, some intimidation, and
He
terrorism.
wasn't going to kill anyone.
I mean, legitimately, because of a political motive, this is actually, by definition, terrorism if it were to have happened. But, you know, he didn't get charged for that. So it's okay. But in addition to all of the physical evidence, the clear physical evidence, in addition to that, interviews with DePape's family and even his most recent boss paint a pretty clear picture of who we're dealing with here. DePape was working as a carpenter for a guy named Frank Cicerelli, who picked him up outside of a lumber store, employed him for the past 6 years, and spent hours a day alongside DePape. Here's more information regarding Mr. Cicerelli from the New York Times. He described Mr. DePape as a quiet person and a diligent worker, an easygoing guy, at least until the topic of politics came up. We were together 4 or 5 days a week, 4 or 5 hours a day. A lot of times an hour in the car going back and forth from jobs, Mr. Cicerelli said. I think I know him better than anyone does. Over the 6 years he has known Mr. DePape, Mr. Cicerelli said he witnessed a transformation from a shy and hardworking but troubled man into someone who was increasingly isolated and captive to his darkest thoughts. If you got him talking about politics, it was all over, Mr. Cicerelli recalled in an interview this week, because he really believed in the whole MAGA, Pizzagate, stolen election, you know, all of it, all the way down the line. If you go to Fox News, if you go on the internet and you look at QAnon, you know, he had all these theories.
All of them. So yeah, this is obviously all in addition to the statements that the suspect himself made to investigators, which were recorded, by the way, where he talked about sending a message to the rest of the Democrats in Congress, and his excerpt where he explained that he did not leave after Pelosi's call to 911 because, much like the American founding fathers with the British, he was fighting against tyranny without the option of surrender. So yes, this literally is as simple as it seems, and in a majority of the press coverage since the charges were filed, officials have gone out of their way to reiterate that the conspiracy theories surrounding the case are completely fabricated and have no basis in reality. But like we said, the damage has already been done to people who legitimately prefer the conspiracy because it aligns with their beliefs, and as a bonus, it makes them feel pretty good about the attack, actually. Not only am I not guilty at all,
Someone
my
I don't
conscience
like
is
was
clear.
hurt. Yeah.
I fucking love it.
Yeah.
In fact, some politicians and others who are currently running for office in the midterms made light of this situation to varying degrees in statements and on campaign stops, which is insane. Because again, to reiterate how substantial this was, someone tried to kill one of the leaders of a political party, a person who is second in line to the presidency at any moment, and half the country is like, yeah, cool, that works. We are absolutely functioning properly here.
Yep.
It's not a big deal. It's actually pretty funny.
We're a serious country.
Whew.
But back to Elon. Sorry. Back to Elon. We're sorry. Lot going on with these couple of guys.
This is the part of the Elon saga that I am starting to really enjoy.
Yes, the finding out part is coming.
It's been very satisfying. This man, like social scientists, they can never get enough funding for their research. So an experiment as vast and ambitious as what if you ran a multi-billion-dollar company through like just crowdsourcing random strangers on the internet? They could never conduct that because that would cost billions of dollars. But now we get to see that research play out for free.
Yes, a wonderful experiment. But yeah, Elon, despite what anyone may think of him, is arguably one of, if not the most influential people on the planet, especially after last week when he became the owner of social media website Twitter.com. So the Paul Pelosi conspiracy regurgitation was just one of many intentional blunders that Elon has engaged in since finally deciding to finalize the deal to purchase Twitter. But it ranks right up there with welcoming Kanye West back to the platform immediately before Kanye West posts hate speech, and also trying to, live tweet some solutions to the war in Ukraine.
Just spitballing here.
Yes. So you have a man who has forced his way into becoming one of the most famous people on Earth, who then publicly promotes literal fake news conspiracy garbage on a website that he owns, in a conversation with another one of the most famous people on the planet, and leaves it up well after he's known that it's all bullshit. Things are going great. But look, aside from the numerous potential national security issues that Elon has caused in his short tenure as Twitter CEO, he does have a lot of work cut out for him when it comes to operating such a terrible platform.
Yeah, so he's already off to a rocky start when it comes to the financial outlook of his new company, which has historically not been profitable. I think it was 2 quarters in the last 12 years.
Yeah, very recently they finally figured it out, a path to profitability.
And he's starting off billions in debt.
Mm-hmm.
He's in a worse off position financially than Twitter was before he bought it.
Yes.
Yeah, so a major driver of cash into the business of Twitter comes directly from advertisers. And those advertisers are justifiably a bit nervous about Elon Musk running the show now. Those fears were quickly confirmed when Elon decided to post his own controversial content numerous times without even waiting for users to do it for him.
Mm-hmm.
There was, of course, the huge uptake in utterances of the N-word, but that was expected as users and bots tested the limits of this new free speech platform.
Yeah.
Not that it isn't horrific, but that was always going to happen.
It is. If you've spent any time on the internet, you knew this was an inevitability.
Yeah, but still, between that and the vast amount of other questionable content and Elon himself shitposting stuff that he has to delete hours later, the advertising revenue stream, it might not end up as being as substantial as they might have hoped, or that they need it to be,
or as
to
substantial
survive.
as it's been. They can't even count on consistency because of this drastic change.
Yeah.
So, case in point, one of the biggest advertising agencies in the world, IPG, released a statement on Monday of this week that advised clients to pause their spending on Twitter due to concerns regarding moderation. The New York Times adds that IPG's recommendation on pausing spending on Twitter followed an announcement from General Motors, which said last week that it was temporarily suspending its advertising on Twitter. GM is a competitor of Mr. Musk's electric vehicle company Tesla. IPG, a holding company with several agencies handling advertising spending, has clients such as American Express, Coca-Cola, Johnson & Johnson, Mattel, and Spotify. Its media brands division manages roughly $40 billion in marketing investment globally.
Yeah, so it seems like Mr. Musk is aware of the fact that advertisers are nervous because he's meeting with top ad execs in New York to try and personally ease their fears. And it's also led to him just freely spitballing ideas with the general public. Crowdsourcing.
Mm-hmm.
How can I make money?
You guys got any ideas?
I probably should have figured this out before I bought the company, but
no government subsidies here.
I'm pretty deep in the hole with this one, so anybody got any ideas?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, how can I make Twitter profitable as quickly as possible, because it needs to happen now. Also, a bunch of Saudis, I owe money to them.
They don't look so kindly on the people that owe them money.
They're making very stern faces at me. And this was only after it became public that he had demanded that staff completely redesign and relaunch a premium subscription model within 7 days or be fired. Definitely a very cool work environment. He also told all of his coders to print out a page of code and personally deliver them to Elon so he could review them, which he backtracked on after a couple hours when everyone made fun of him, including his own employees.
There you go.
We can email you the code, Elon. No need to get printers involved. Lola, shh.
I should just not talk. That's what Elon Musk should take from all this.
Anyway, all this leads us to Twitter Blue and Twitter verification and how much people are willing to pay for what some consider status symbols and what others consider vital yet simple safety measures. The plan is both hilarious in its simplicity and also potentially dangerous in how it tackles monetization of the platform, because it takes something that was created for a very specific purpose. It was created in order to stop bots from scamming people.
And impersonating people and,
and it charges people for it, thus negating the original purpose. And also negating the side effect purpose, which is as a status symbol. It's no longer a status symbol if anyone can pay some money to have it themselves.
Yes. They'll just continue to put those globe emojis next to
It also undermines Elon's supposedly biggest reason for buying Twitter, which was getting rid of spam and bots.
Because now anyone can do anything as long as they pay for it.
Yeah.
Like, if this scam is going to net me more than $5 or $20 or whatever it
Or
ends up being,
$8,
whatever it ends up being,
Just spitballing.
then that's fine.
Yeah.
Because it's still a profit. Anyways, in one view, yeah, it is kind of funny to see a bunch of people who desperately care about having a blue check mark next to their name simply having to pay money for that privilege. But at the same time, you're also watching as people are forced to pay a fee in order to maintain a confirmed online identity, specifically if they are someone of note, or a politician, or a journalist, etc. Basically, anyone whose name could be used to exploit other people would have to pay to make sure someone else isn't claiming to be them and spreading hate speech or anything else.
Yeah.
It's literally why the verification badge was invented in the first place, because people were creating accounts that claimed to be celebrities and promoting or endorsing things. I think it was a baseball coach or something like that. It was the first one to sue and be like, they're saying things. I'm not saying this.
Yeah, this was the verification badge was always a Band-Aid over the just inherent impossibility of perfect moderation.
Yes. So the ways that even this plan could be exploited are limitless, and it would take a Herculean effort to police all of it, which would instantly consume any profit that could have been made by the actual deployment of this.
Yeah. Also, as for how much could be made, people have done the math, and it's really not a lot. If the pay model were implemented with a decent level of adoption from users, it would produce an amount of money that is so comically small in the scope of Twitter's operational costs that it really brings the scale of Elon's gamble into perspective. One tweet explains the vast disparity between Twitter's current advertising revenue and Musk's big plan to charge for verification. If 1 in 5 current blue ticks paid $20 a month, that would raise just under $15 million a year for Twitter. Twitter's current revenues, mostly from ads, are $5 billion a year.
Jesus Christ.
So Musk's apparent plan would generate about 30 hours worth of annual revenue. Even if you were generous and said that half paid the monthly fee, it's still not enough for Elon to make his money back or turn a profit. So they actually have to count on everyone who frequents the platform being a paid, verified member.
It's the only way this actually works.
This also has the added bonus of somehow fixing the bot problem, as if there aren't an infinite amount of ways around that.
Yeah, he's just claiming that it solves the bot problem, but it seems like it would cause more bot problems.
Yeah.
At least it would make the bot problem better in the sense that it would technically reduce the amount, I feel, of bots that people interact with on a day-to-day basis. However, I feel like the scams would be far more effective coming from accounts that paid to be verified.
Yeah, it's just a new vector of getting scammed.
Yeah. Anyways, there's just one problem. No chance in hell that millions upon millions of people fork over $20 a month for a check mark and an edit button. That's more than almost every streaming service. The cost, is more than almost every streaming service. Just to tweet as yourself.
Yeah.
You are creating content for someone else and paying for it. So this is where Elon uses his platform for its intended purpose, the digital town square, where he can barter with the commoners and see what they think. Pick the brain of the common man.
Just like when I go down to the real town square, if I slip the mayor $20, he gives me a megaphone.
Yes, exactly. And everyone is forced to listen.
Yes.
Turns out people don't want to pay for Twitter. Even celebrities are generally opposed to the idea unless it is absolutely vital for their business.
I did not see a single example of an actual
Mr.
bona fide celebrity being like this. They were all just like, all right, well, I guess I'm not verified anymore.
Yeah.
Cool.
Stephen King posted something spooky on Halloween when he tweeted, $20 a month to keep my blue check? Fuck that. They should pay me. If that gets instituted, I'm gone like Enron. To which Musk replied, we need to pay the bills somehow. Twitter cannot rely entirely on advertisers. How about $8? Damn. Can someone please give this man some money so he'll leave us alone?
Yeah, now we've moved on to the next stage of, usually, again, ideas are usually handled in private, in boardrooms, in Slack groups.
You wouldn't want to embarrass yourself with a bad idea.
Yeah, you wouldn't want the public to see how sloppy and dumb a lot of your initial ideas are when making any business decision. But we've already now, in the course of just a couple days, moved from $20. Okay, you're right. That is too high. How about $8?
And I'm literally just tossing it out there to see what you think.
Yeah. $8. Just spitballing. What do you think of that? So yeah, he followed up later by explaining once again, falsely until proven otherwise, that this is the only way to defeat the bots and trolls.
The only way, by the way. Specifically, this is the only way.
Yeah.
There are no other ways.
It's weird that nobody whose job actually is dealing with bots and trolls has proposed this before, but he's obviously the world's smartest man. So.
Yes.
But yeah, instantly budging on the price point opened Musk up to an onslaught of advice from his most fervent supporters, who sent tweet after tweet of never-ending advice on how to potentially ruin a platform that was barely functioning as it is.
Yeah, I loved it. Like, it was like almost like a crack in the armor. Like, oh God, Elon's kind of having a tough time with this business.
He needs our help. Maybe he'll give me money.
All the years that I've spent begging this man for attention, finally, he will listen to me.
If I give him a good enough idea, maybe he'll give me a trip to Mars for free.
Exactly. There you go.
But yeah, still, he took his time and even responded to a few tweets like this one, which ran a poll. The poll asked users directly how much they would pay, with 13% saying they'd pay $5 a month, barely anyone saying they'd pay 10 or 15, and the majority of users indicating that they simply would not pay, with Elon responding, interesting.
Anyways, yeah, Musk elaborated further on his plans to revamp the verification process through monetization on Tuesday of this week. And here's what the planet's most prolific poster publicly posted.
This planet and the other planets in the solar system.
Twitter's current lords and peasants system for who has or doesn't have a blue check mark is bullshit. Power to the people. Blue for $8 a month. You will also get priority in replies, mentions, and search, which is essential to defeat spam/scam. Ability to post long video and audio. Half as many ads. Not even ad free.
Oh boy.
They literally can't say no ads.
Yeah.
Because at its core level, Twitter is a place where people can market things.
There's no path to profitability without ads on Twitter.
Well, just if there was no profitability available, people would still promote things. Wendy's would still be in there being like, we got square hamburgers. Somebody eat them.
Half as many ads.
Yeah.
Which is arbitrary, because it's like they could just as easily double the amount of ads for everyone else and keep the number of ads for the Twitter Blue people exactly the same as before.
Also, power to the people. Buy your voice from me.
Mm-hmm.
Power to the people. You and it literally says right after power to the people that your replies and everything else will be elevated by how much you pay.
It's time to give the peasants a voice by making the peasants pay. Peasant, give me your money.
Yes.
Peasant.
He also adds this will give Twitter a revenue stream to reward content creators.
Wait, so...
Thanks for thinking of us,
okay,
Elon.
Yeah.
But you know, this plan, even as Elon has laid it out, elevates people and posts depending on how much they pay to use a service.
It's pay to win.
A service that has been free for its entire existence. Do you have any idea how hard it is to get someone to pay for something they've been getting for free for years? Click the join button below or the thanks button to support this show financially. No sponsor today, you're the sponsor.
Anyway, all this is to say that yes, we know Twitter profitability is an enigma when you factor in user experience and their willingness to pay for something they've been getting for free this whole time. The other features that Elon mentions are already available for Twitter Blue users.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's adding the $3 for just verification, because every big feature...
I mean, when you put it like that, it's a great deal.
Yeah. Every other feature already exists. Yeah.
So yeah, basically the price is just going up for verification, and anyone who pays can be verified, which will have absolutely no adverse or unforeseen consequences whatsoever. Certainly no one will find ways to either just exploit the system or just become verified with a name resembling a celebrity or politician so they can scam the hell out of politicians. I mean, of all people, Elon has thought of this.
Yeah, he has the most...
The man with the most impersonators and scammers. Surely he has considered this.
There was a good year and a half where every Elon post, every reply was
multiple scammers competing with each other.
Yep.
And yeah. He's thought of all this, of course.
Don't worry.
That's why he followed up those posts with, there will be a secondary tag below the name for someone who is a public figure, which is already the case for politicians. Okay, so yeah, the people who fall for online scams, they're definitely the kind of people who are extremely proactive about triple checking everything before blindly clicking, on the
blue checkmark person.
The link that the blue check.
Wait, let me open this up and verify I love that, He's just reinventing verification because he's like, you get the verification badge, which at this point I'm admitting is nothing more than a cosmetic feature. Then the real verification, we're adding that below it. You know, we do that for politicians already. Below that's going to be the real verification that shows that you're actually better than everyone else because of the field that you're in. But don't worry, we don't know if you're going to have that if you don't pay for it. Will you have that? We don't know. Anyways, the new blue check mark, it's actually a green emerald.
Emeralds, yes.
Yeah, someone posted that. They posted like a doctored image, and it's like, weird, he's changing it to green emeralds. Someone should Google Elon Musk emerald. Yeah.
But yeah, he's even lost Marcus Brownlee.
I know. And it was a subtle jab.
His most dignified simp.
Yeah.
His most influential simp, Marcus Brownlee, who has been, pro Elon this whole time.
Amidst it all.
Even Marcus Brownlee's just like, yeah, you can always tell a business is doing great when they ask you to start paying for something that was always free.
Yeah.
Whew.
When you're Elon Musk specifically and you've specifically lost Marcus Brownlee, that is not a good sign.
No.
What are you angry about? Mark Zuckerberg? Well, because he opened a hospital and that makes him look somewhat nice? Oh, Mark Zuckerberg donated to a hospital, now we have to start being nice to him? No, fuck that guy. It is weird that the hospital's called Zuckerberg General Hospital.
But speaking of the Jews, I guess we should now check in with Kanye West.
Yeah.
Even if it's just to point out that, yes, we've seen the video that was posted over the weekend where Kanye talks about his doctor, and I can't say, but
I literally can't show the clip because there is zero context on YouTube, and it would be as if we were like regurgitating the things that he said.
It's a kind of joke. I did like Larry David or like just.
I saw a post that was like, "It's unfortunate that this is hate speech because this is like a perfect example of wonderful Jewish comedic writing."
Yeah, it's directly from the long Jewish American comedy traditions going back to the days of vaudeville in the Catskills.
Yeah,
beat.
Yeah. The timing is incredible.
It's a funny video. We'll put a link down below.
You've probably already seen it, but
in addition to that, it's looking like Parler might end up being the only place that Kanye can actually post in the future because he's been suspended from Instagram again for posts that specifically targeted, can you imagine? Yeah, that's right, Jewish people. Again.
All right, enough about Elon, Kanye, and the Pelosis. Let's end this
Nightmare blunt rotation.
I know. Did you see the virtual blunt rotation someone did for us on Twitter?
No.
They just passed the blunt. We're on screen on their monitor, and they're passing the blunt to us.
Saw that.
Funny.
Nice.
You have to blow it into the computer.
Yeah.
Anyways, positive note. We're gonna end it on sort of. Although the one thing I will say, I will point it out before someone in the comments does. Yes, Elon Musk was at this Halloween party, so you can't even have fun.
What is his costume? Is it some fucking anime bullshit?
I don't care.
Yeah.
Look, the best Halloween costume of the year obviously goes to Heidi Klum.
Yeah, she always goes hard.
Yeah, she was dressed up as a nightmarishly realistic worm. Like, creepy B-movie 70s, but really good prosthetics and makeup.
Like, so good that there's no way she was comfortable for even a moment at this party. This party would have been a fucking waking nightmare.
Literally an image of her having to lay and slink across the ground.
Yeah, she's got no arms.
No. So this worm costume, it goes well above and beyond what was necessary to sell the idea. And it looks like it came straight from a horror film, but it's good.
Also, not to bring it back to Kanye, but his ex-wife, Kim, dressed up as Mystique from the X-Men in a really good costume. Of course it is. She can afford the best of the best. But I guess she went to some celebrity Halloween party that was actually a birthday party, and so she was like the only person in costume. It's like that meme of like the one person dressed as the Babadook.
Yeah.
Just like it turns out it was more of a drink beer and watch movies Halloween party.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's just a party of people not in costumes, and then there was just Kim Kardashian in a full on like blue Mystique costume, and then Puff Daddy as
his impersonation was incredible.
Yeah.
The Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah, incredible.
The Heath Ledger Joker.
I will not believe that the Kim Kardashian thing wasn't staged because I never believed that, but it is funny. Also, there was another one that was like actually pretty good. But the Kim Kardashian thing, we've already seen the pinnacle of both Kanye West and Kim Kardashian on Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
And it's the one where they're dressed up as the family from the Flintstones.
Yeah.
And Kanye is the fucking dinosaur dog. Dino. You can't even see that it's him. He's literally hidden in the costume.
Yeah,
I miss the old Kanye.
He used to be fun.
Yeah.
That's why he
Anyways,
wants his family back.
there is a reason why the Pelosi coverage and Elon coverage is a little bit delayed.
Yeah.
I think the video was worth it overall, but we were a little busy on Monday. Elliot, tell the folks where we were and how much fun we had.
So we've interviewed Nick Lutsko before. We've shared his videos.
Webby
Award winner Nick Lutsko, president of Halloween. He played his first ever show in Los Angeles on Halloween night at the Roxy. It was incredible. He played the whole Halloween trilogy. He threw in a Danny Elfman cover from Nightmare Before
He did
Christmas.
stuff off of his actual Ernest album, not Ernest the character, but like
he did Ernest, but then he also played
did a very
earnestly.
serious
He did
song.
a 11-minute extended version of I Want to Be at the RNC where the whole crowd was chanting I want to be like Dan Bongino.
Yeah, it was incredible.
Yeah, it was such a great show. If you ever have the chance to see
An eclectic performer, talented musician.
Extremely. Like I
couldn't believe how much he was shredding on the guitar.
I knew he was like musically talented, but like I was kind of blown away.
And it was honestly incredible. Of course, always being able to meet a bunch of you in person. Thank you for everyone that came up and shared a handshake, some kind words, gave us a hug. Always love that. It's always nice putting faces to the viewers. And it was a great night overall. We had a good Halloween, all things considered, going on in the world. But in addition to that, we do want to let you know that we are going to have a shorter schedule this week. There's fewer uploads. I'm going to see my family this weekend. So, of course, from Florida, it's a very long trip. But we will still definitely have at least one more episode. We'll probably have two, but we're just giving you a heads up because the second the schedule changes, people start freaking out.
People get a little weird.
All right, no sponsor today, so we're sponsoring ourselves. We're telling you that we are worth more than Twitter.com.
Yeah.
Give us your $5 instead. Click the join button to support the show, or if you're more of a hit and run type viewer, there's always the thanks button. Pay and leave.
Yeah.
You also don't have to do anything. As always, just watching the show is all we really care about. So thanks for watching. We'll be back soon with another episode. But until then, there's always plenty to watch right over there. We got a recent episode of Weekly Weird News and News Dump. If you're new, well, Lula's been on the show before.
Yeah.
But if you're new, hit the subscribe button. And if you're one of the 5,000, you already know Lola, so hit that like button.
That's right.
What the dog doing?
Bye.
Bye.